In map number 3, we'll head into Bank now. Vitality versus Team Liquid. We'll start off the ban phase.
And to remind you, Bank is one that Liquid has not played during the Pro League season so far, the first half, whereas Vitality have played it twice, so they definitely have shown some stuff. It's up to them to adapt on it. Vitality going to be on defense for the first time as they had started on attack the last two maps. So they're going to have first ban there, and that's going to be Lion.
So to remind you as well at how things work when it comes to who picks what on map number 3, the team that has won the most rounds in map 1 and 2 in total, they get to choose their starting side. And Team Liquid is starting off on the attack here. They do have something planned. The Ying Bang banned out, as Team Liquid will have the second ban available. And I wonder who's going to be. There you go.
Well, that's saving Vitality some work, I guess.
Okay. Maybe to ease their way with the shield, I guess. Okay. Fair enough.
We'll see. It's definitely going to be something that now that's going to leave Vitality with some available bans here.
Do they ban Pulse? Do they ban Mira? You see they're thinking about it. They're not really sure what to go for.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of options here that aren't going to be, I mean, not any must picks, but Vigil actually getting banned out here again.
They banned him out of Coastline, if I remember correctly.
It was, yeah, it was Vitality that did it. Yeah, it's interesting because it's an operator that we've seen Liquid ban in the past, but not necessarily Vitality, at least on those maps. But either way, we'll see how they do on here. They're going to start CEO. Should be interesting. It's always a fun first bomb site.
It requires a lot of ACOG play. And Mira makes it a lot easier to play because you can hold the hallway.
Yeah.
And also, anybody pushing in from the main stairs has a bit extra work to do. So, yeah. This can definitely work out for Vitality. Sexy Cake switching around to the Jackal. Not really surprising. And, of course, the Castle. This is basically switching away the Castle on 6-pick is to trick their opponents. Because Liquid switched to the Jackal because they're like, okay, they don't have a castle, so maybe with their lineup with the Maestro plus the Mira, they're going to be playing downstairs in CCTV.
That's what you would expect.
Yeah, that's what you'd expect with the operator lineup. Here, it's just a mind game. Bride goes in for the castle, and it's usually you'll see more of a rook or a dog or something like that being played on the top floor. So it really does throw Team Liquid to the side. They only have the one hard destructor of PSK, as really Hibana has not been banned.
And they only have one ACOG. In this case, it's going to be Maestros. So that should be interesting. I mean, like you're talking about, an ACOG on a heavy is usually part of the defense, whether it be a rook or a dock. But in this case, now that Maestro's available, it's made things a little more interesting. What I'm wondering is if we're going to see any kind of impact nade denial on the walls, for example, because they are bringing a Thermite and not a Hibana. So if they try and come from the Square Skylight side, they're pretty much going to be open to getting denied by that. And they have the Mirror Window to watch on that side as well. So could be some denial from at least the Castle if he's still keeping his impacts.
All right, Zig does have a drone inside of the site, so he's going to go up and try to use the there we go. Just, what did you call these?
Just, I don't know, I guess the upper windows into the lobby.
Yeah, good point.
There's a lot of them, though, so yeah, I don't know if there's even really a call-out necessarily for the windows because there's just so many to be, even specific would be difficult. The front windows. ATM windows, I guess.
All right, so let's check in for a second. Nobody really found there at the end. So the glass is not banned. We might be seeing glass play from Vitality once they get to the attack.
Yeah, Liquid doesn't seem to really care too much for playing glass these days.
Now, Jackal has received a pretty substantial buff recently. He can now scan with his Inox, this footprint tracker, at 8 meters instead of the 5, which means you can do it from a top floor down to the floor below you. So, yeah, that actually helps a lot with hunting roamers. Unfortunately for Team Liquid, Vitality are kind of just sticking on the site. Well, it's a decent chunk of damage, though, done to Rafale. You really don't want to lose the Maestro and really your only ACOG on the team early on.
Not to mention the ability to control those cameras could be vital down when it comes to the push. So I like the deployable shield there helping as well, but Bibu, nice kill onto Bullet, and that means some soft destructor down.
It's just on the floor here. I guess he got the kill on the player repelling on the outside. So Zofia. Rafale is on the floor, though, so they can pick him up. But they'll have
reset.
Zig should be able to run up and get the kill here. Maybe he'll get
just bait
use a call.
Yeah, good time to use a call.
They're trying to use the bait here, and there you go. It works out fine. Sexy Cake will get the kill on the Maestro, but Bibu is still alive. He takes half damage. Sexy Cake trying to find the angle in the back on the mirror window. Bibu gets a second one though. Gas smoke grenades thrown into the side as Bidé will get one. He finds the second headshot onto Sexy Cake as well. And now he'll only have to deal with PSK. No ACOGs required for the defense here of Vitality as Spark gets the last one. Impressive execution from Vitality.
Very strong. I like that castle of Bidé just hiding right around that corner, just waiting patiently, leaned to the right-hand side so he'd be even less visible. As soon as he got the time. But it wasn't the first kill that was impressive, it was the second one, whipping right around to that window that leads into the office. That was just a nice play in terms of getting that second kill, following it up. So, as you said, a good execution by Vitality. So, seeming like they're not going to be on tilt for losing the last map, which is good. You don't want to go into this with that sort of mentality. And Sexy Cake going to be bringing out the Blitz probably again here. Might 6 pick off of it, but probably not. He's been so effective on it. I would never say there's a round where I was like, well, he probably should have played something else. It's been very effective.
Yeah, no matter what. If you get him in melee, and that works out well for him.
Well, he's getting hip fire kills even from a distance.
Headshots.
Yeah.
Oh, now they force up the Lesion from...
As I stated, of course.
He switches away to Capital.
Thanks, Sexy Cake. Thanks.
But really, the Lesion is still a good operator to have. He switched over to a Jackal, so it'll help Team Liquid. I think they're really afraid of Vitality roaming around the map, and this can help them take down Brité or Spark playing around it. Now, Bibu, what usually you'll see the Lesion do is holding off in the servers, but we also see a lot of play from Ela on those main stairs coming into the servers as you just put a shield in front of her, and suddenly she becomes basically a railgun.
It's that speed and fire rate that just, it's hard to counter. We'll see though.
Speed, violence, and momentum.
Yeah. They also have the Legion Mines as well that can help on delaying that push a little bit more too if they have to fall off of it. Throw some on the stairs. Now, we rarely see a lot of significant pushes from the sewers these days though. In terms of pushing the servers, it's more about those server stairs or opening the hatch, which is already pre-opened by the defense, as you see Spark rotate down that right now. Bibu might actually stick that spot there in Tellers on that Legion, which would be interesting to see. I'm still not a fan of a roaming Legion just because I've rarely seen it be effective. So hopefully he can at least be somewhat effective on that particular area. But it looks like they could actually go for a sewer push there potentially, although spotting that's not going to help with that.
See the Jackal continuing in on the drone and trying to find maybe somebody playing around the archives and or the tellers, and there you go. Should get the spot on the Legion. Unfortunately loses the drone, but gives information that there is a player in the back. So I wonder where Bibu will go here. Sexy Cage just waiting around potential bait against Bibu's Legion, who's just watching the entry from the beepers, and nobody will be there. Bibu just chucking in an extra goo mine to be sure, and should be able to fall back pretty easily through the archives. No! He got shot on the side from Sexy Cake! And Team Liquid, the advantage early on here. It's a big pick over on the Legion. Spark, as you mentioned, holding off the main stairs down into servers with that Ela.
Definitely a good start for them. Good use of that Jackal as well. Now he's going to be able to get some good map control here, pushing on up. But there's still more roamers to deal with. Unfortunately, can't find the angle. Zephyr finds it instead.
The mirror. What is the mirror? What is the mirror doing up here?
Winning apparently. There's Jay following it up.
That's the second one. It's 2 kills going the way now of Vitality after losing the Legion. It's a big pick over on the Zofia and the Jackal. Now, Zig has not been able to use his calls really at all. He still has both of them in hand. And this is a prompt for Liquid. We need to push Vault.
Yeah, definitely setting up for this Vault drop.
They don't have enough manpower to go for any sort of technical play. They still have the Habana, of course, but they're going to use that to open up the hatches. Now, the thing is with the Vault drop and full Vault push is that it requires a lot of good timing and positioning on your grenades to make it work.
Yeah, definitely going to be depending on Nesk as well to play very aggressively if he drops. We're taking advantage of the roamers upstairs by just ignoring them here. Almost catches someone through the barbed wire. Unfortunately, fell on top of it.
Yeah, he fought somehow not a headshot here. That's Bride to get the kill. C4 being thrown out right into the face of PSK as Bride finishes him off. Vitality coming back from the loss of the Legion early on in the round and just full control of the site, realizing that their opponents will be pushing in from the garage. Nobody really used any of the hatches that were opened up in the back by the Habana. And Vitality,
more of a trick at that point.
Yeah, they just converge on the one position, and Vitality, very easy for them to just literally spray their magazines into the one entryway.
Good attempt, but yeah, that really didn't work out in the end. It was an unfortunate series of deaths early on that probably should have been won. I mean, it started off good with Sexy Cake with that first kill, but then once they started getting traded back, they thought, oh, let's just push downstairs and ignore these roamers, and that just did not work for them at all. We'll see, though, as they go to their third bomb site of Tellers. Vitality looking like the way Liquid did on their defense on Oregon here so far. This has definitely been the map. As I said earlier, Liquid have not shown playing this map during the season, and maybe there's a good reason for that. Maybe this is just not their best map. A little 6-pick over to Sledge there should be interesting. We'll see how Sexy Cake plays that. We've always talked about before how Sexy Cake is the most flexible player on the team, and you see him always being the one to kind of do these little 6-pick switches and play some different roles. Surprising to see him not be the one, for example, on Finca, but nonetheless, he is one of the most valuable, most flexible players. You see him with the 2 kills there, but Brede has been having a day. It's been so good for him today.
That all rhymed.
It's a Brede. It's just one for him.
We can't say bidet at the end of this. Doesn't
No,
really work out well.
not a bidet.
But the thing is that Vitality, I mean, this is why I wouldn't see a Finca. I mean, you're pushing in here most of your sites on, most if not all of your sites really on bank, kind of push you into a smoke's line of sight. Gas canisters really do quite a bit of damage to you. I'm not sure how and where the Finca would be used well, but you need some soft destruction for here. Team Liquid are very much infamous for running three soft breachers on their squad, and you know what? It's pretty good when you know you're going to be attacking against Tellers, because Vitality have already won 2 sites early on. I don't think Vitality are going to go for open area anytime soon.
No, probably not. I mean, we could see one of the teams try it, but it's so bad.
Interesting thing, we haven't seen Buck at all this series.
Not a single Buck play. I mean, there's definitely some good Buck players on these teams, but they just have decided it's just not necessary. It's been interesting. There hasn't been any changes to Buck in a while either, so I imagine we'll see some of it throughout the day, but it is surprising that so far, none. Well, we'll see though. Like you said, the 3 soft destructors means they can open up quite a bit of the floor if they need to. They have some utility to do so. They are going to have to fight 2 members of Vitality in CEO though. We're set up very well. They've got cameras outside. Get some good stuns going on there.
Yeah, he'll stun himself here, Liquid, but or bullet from Liquid, so it doesn't really matter too much, as Zofia is not too affected by her mines. Similar thing to Ella. There we go. The fact that they instantly pop means that Bullet knows that there's a player playing extremely close up to him. Now this is why he's doing it. It's because he wants Sexy Cake to come in from the side and help out. Unfortunately, you saw the Valkyrie moving in from the back, as Bibu will get the kill on Bullet, ending this one for himself. Nesk moving in from the side in the walkway. He's going to try to get the kill in the CEO, and there we go. It's 2 kills for Team Liquid to finally put the advantage in their hands. Brede trying to contest his opponents. He actually finds a headshot on Sexy Cake. Unfortunately for him, Nesk is still in the back, and he'll find the angle from Janitor. It's now a 2 versus 3. Vitality gonna check the hatches. Bibu will have to fall back, but the call will come in from Zig. Finally, he'll have to move in. So oddly enough, the Dokkaebi hasn't really been playing too aggressively.
No, I mean, Zig isn't necessarily the most aggressive player. He tends to play a lot more intel ops, which is, he plays a lot of supporting on his team, so it's not a huge surprise. But I do think it might be better to put a more aggressive player on it, because that is a role you can play very aggressive on in terms of roam clear because of the speed of that SMG.
Now, Bibu still has an armor panel on him, but unfortunately he can't just run up to the doorway and set it up now. Maybe would have been able to set it up behind them in the archives, but there you go. Flashes are going to get thrown in by Nesk and PSK. They'll have to run through the smoke, as Zig will get one, hunting Rafal in the second one as well, going the way of Zig.
Well, after we say he's not playing super aggressive, definitely paid off right there.
There you go. All he's got to do is just use the unlimited ammunition of the SMG-12 to get the kill.
It's quite the gun. Very useful on those aggressive pushes right there, assuming you maintain that, you know, we were just talking about the ammo control. Choose your shots wisely. The recoil can get a little nutty on that gun, but if you tap fire it, it's pretty effective. We will see open area after all, though. Assuming they stick on that. Should be interesting. They definitely don't have to play that. They could go back to CEO. So interesting choice. And we're going to see the first Alibi as well as the first Twitch. So a few operators that we just had not seen yet today.
Yeah, it was picked once, but it was 6 picked off. So I think 60K is going to do it again. There we go. There we go.
Yep. Nope.
Predicted.
Predicted.
Predictable.
We'll see if it doesn't look like Bibu's going to switch. Nope. As I say that, of course, he is. Thank you for right on cue. Between one Italian operator to another. Should be effective, though. Nope. 60K switching off again. Back to that sledge. Changed his mind at the last second.
Yeah, it's Team Liquid really like putting a lot of soft destruction on their team, and you see, Zofia is for a lot of people one of the most effective soft destructors. You combo with the Ash, that's 2 of the fastest and most effective ones. Then it brings Sexy Cake with the Sledge, also has grenades. Definitely not something that you can really keep away. But I'd like to see how this side is defended here. As it's not your typical position to be.
Yeah. We'll see if this Maestro factors in as well from Bibu. As those Evil Eyes could definitely help with that big, wide open area they have. They're also going to help with the upstairs here. You see them sneaking one in to kind of help control that hallway in the entrance there from stock. Says the second one there as well. Now that's going to be one to try and stop the bottom from opening up the hatch if they go for that, because you're not necessarily going to be looking in that corner. So if he times it right, he could try and shoot off those 6 discs. Unfortunately, with a hatch, though, even a single disc left alive is enough to open it.
Yeah.
So that is the difficult part. If it was a wall, you know, maybe you deny at least most of the wall, if not all of it. But yeah, this is definitely going to be timing being the real issue. But that means if that's what they're planning to do, then they're going to have to get a call when they're somewhere near that, when they've pushed in from stock or have control of the hallway, so he knows to switch on his cams then. Because he doesn't want to stay on the cams the whole time. He wants to be able to play as ACOG as well, I imagine.
You can definitely tell that Team Liquid were not really expecting open area to be played by Vitality here.
For good reason.
Obviously. Very good one. So now Team Liquid are just scouting around, making sure that there's no many ruses that are being set up by Vitality. Now, a big thing about defending open area is that if you don't have a Mira, I mean, she's available to be picked here, but Vitality are not going for her. You kind of need to have some sort of hold on the top stairs. You basically defend with most of your players outside of the site and rely on your knowledge to rotate back onto it. Taking control of archives, taking control of Teller's office, very important as well for the attackers.
We'll see if they can manage to get that Teller's control. It's a slow push in there, but they are droning very, very carefully. You see them making sure that everything they see that's suspicious, like a hatch being open or a wall being rotated, is definitely something that they're using to try and figure out what they need to do for this attack, but it is a very careful attack. That's what I like to see from Liquid here.
And we could see a late reinforcements as well coming up in the office and open area. So
see if they spot that the Maestro cams. Setting up 2 Maestro cams close to each other is kind of a nice decoy, because they're going to see the one on the wall and then be less suspicious and less looking for the one that's on the actual floor. But both those can be easily taken out by the sledgehammer, not even having to waste Zofia's utility. We'll see if they spot it. But he's actually going to be busy sledging CEO floor here, which of course is what he was brought for, essentially.
Yeah, just to have a line of sight into archives to deal with any players playing down there or trying to rotate back onto the site. And Zig lands the first one on to Zephyr. So that's now the castle eliminated from the round. It's down on the floor. There you go, in the office. And Nesk will just come on in. Rafal will get one, though, onto Sexy Cake. Turns into a 4v4, and as he's tapping away at the barbed wire, it's Bride that finished him off. So now, advantage for Vitality with an extra one from Rafal. The Bandit going ham here with Bullet and PSK, last 2 alive. Bullet looking down from the trading hallway here in the hatch. They'll try to contest against the Valkyrie. Unfortunately, can't really deal with that. And Bullet will get one onto Rafal. It's a 2v3, and because of that, we'll see the Valkyrie coming up to get the kill. 5 seconds left on the clock. Bullet has already gotten one onto Bride. Is there still one on the site to contest him? Yes, there is! Bibu picks up with the Maestro and lands the last kill.
3-1 here. Vitality definitely doing quite well on this map. A lot of it's just coming down. They have a lot better angles. They have a lot better map control. When they're holding an area, they're holding at very effective angles. They're seeming to counter Liquid's pushes. The droning from Liquid isn't really helping them a lot on these attacks. They're not, because we're seeing a lot of long angles being played and a lot of smart angles, to where when Liquid try and push, it's not like, oh, there was someone around the corner that we didn't get caught by, although that did happen at least once. It's more just that the smart angles being played by Vitality are Liquid pushing into them time and time again because they see the rooms clear from the droning, so they push in, and it's just the setup is there every time from Vitality. But Montaigne here...
No, I think it's going to be Monty and Blitz.
That could be a 6th pick off, though, just teasing it. Because you usually don't want to reveal a Montaigne.
Yeah, there we go. This makes a lot of sense.
Whoa.
The Blitz is the shield that's going to push from the red hallway. So you need the Habana for this. There's no way it can work with any with just the Thermite. You need to open up all the hatches, especially the one open area and an office in open area. So once those are opened, you'll have the Blitz trying to push in from the hatch to go in through the red stairs in the back, deal with the smoke, deal with anybody that's playing in the back there. And once that's done, you already have the Monty inside, so he can just push in and go for a plant himself. Though we've seen a few combos here and there. The Zofia will be a good combo, as well as Zig on the Dokkaebi to help out with the calls, giving information to all the players, but especially those shields, especially the shield of Sexy Cake here on the Blitz. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this is set up. Rafal has already set up his evil eyes. As you know, it's like an echo. You always have one yokai somehow to watch the back of the garage, just in case.
Well, Brede on the Legion is definitely going to be extra important this round, and he's going to need to stay alive as long as possible, along with the Spark as well. Just having those Grismont mines is definitely going to make it so it's a little bit harder to push some of those spots because you're going to get hit by those stuns. But that's never seemed to affect Sexy Cake too much. I feel like he's still effective. He's actually going for a sewer push. It's a little bit of a long jog here for him, but he's going to get on over there with Nesk's support. And they're just going to take from the sewers here. So, not sure why you
It doesn't want to ruin the sneakers, I guess. They're not going to push two shields right
Yeah,
next to
that
one
seems
another.
a little weird. This is a little bit of a late change to what they're going to do.
I think he's going to run around to garage now.
That would make
Either
more
from
sense.
garage or contest from open area.
It looked like they were setting up an Evil Eye at the tip of garage as well, so they might actually spot him coming in, but it looks like he's going to rotate around instead. So they're definitely making some change-ups based off the intel they're getting. They know that garage is definitely being contested, so Zig's going to have a little trouble fighting this. He's going to have to time it right because those cars really can work out for the defenders.
Yeah, I see playing in the back here. I believe it's Maestro. There you go. You can see those boots. You can see the outline. So Rafal just looking in. The one angle that it can get pushed by, and Zig knows where he's at, but he doesn't know the angle that he's holding. And you kind of predict that this is really the only position that he can get pushed from.
Going to watch his little dance show while the rest of the shields do their job here, pushing onto servers, but they have yet to take the servers, and it's still a minute 30. So they need to they haven't even cleared the barbed wire to get in. Sexy Cake already taking damage as well. This is not looking like an effective push from Liquid.
Gizmot's thrown in from Bullet as there we go. They'll even tag PSK, push him out of his utility,
There
and
we
Nest
go.
just finds the shot on Spark. All right, this still works well. Gonna push in the second shield as well from the main stairs, trying to deal with the player in the back of the servers. That's Payday with the Legion. Is there going to be a smoke push thrown in from the Monty? No, it's just Sexy Cake moving in from the side. There's so many angles that the Legion has to watch out for. He's burning so much time right here. There you go. Finally, Nesk will get the kill. But look at that. Only 44 seconds left on the clock. The call will come in and force the Maestro out of position from the garage. And this is an easy position now for...
Wow.
Get it. Rafal finds the headshot onto Zig. It turns it into a 4v3. But now the shields will very much come into play. However, there has not been enough time to trade off as many of these smokes as possible. We'll need to use utility to push Bibu away. He will be the big linchpin for Vitality in this round. They need this fourth one to really put themselves up ahead. Gas canister thrown into the back of Sexy Cake is low on health. 5 seconds left on the clock, and Diffuser is not set just yet. The Monty will go down to Bibu. He gets the second one. No, it's Bullet. He'll get one, and there you go. Not enough time for the defenders to plant as he downs the Habana. Doesn't finish her off. That is more than enough. Just spraying through off of the information of the hatch of the drop. And that is Vitality with 4-1 against the reigning champions of Pro League on Bank.
Looking very good for them on this map. And as I said earlier, this is one Liquid have yet to show before during Pro League. Whereas in this case, Vitality have shown it twice, and they've done a very good job on it, although they didn't win it every time. They've definitely learned a lot. Brede actually maybe bringing the first buck here, as we see, potentially. as well. And then Spark going to bring that Jackal. Of course, this is Jackal's map. And then there's Glaz. Zephyr going to bring it, which is can be very effective on this map just because the way you can use it from those long angles from those windows, especially if you're attacking CEO. In this case, they're going to be going for lockers first. So we'll see how this goes down. But Liquid really need a comeback here because this could be them just getting knocked out immediately. There's no losers bracket here to come back from. They're just done and they just get to watch after this. Unless that's incorrect. There's a loser bracket? Oh, no, man, sorry, I'm thinking of the group stage, duh. Once it gets to the playoffs, there's no losers bracket.
Yes. Here in the group stage, Liquid will have the opportunity to go through again. Unfortunately, if they lose this out, the only way they can get out of Group A is through the second spot.
Yeah.
There's no other way. We might see, potential Vitality Liquid rematch. We might see Vitality just walking out on day 2 with a victory and have day 3 to relax. Basically, day 3 and day 4 really to relax before we get into the playoffs. So, really, Vitality are looking really, really good here.
Yeah.
And that was on the defense. Now, it's not just because they played CCTV. It's because they won open area. They won CEO even. They had no problem playing really whatever site that they were on. So Team Liquid here have quite a bit of ground to recover.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see that kind of comeback from Vitality on last map, so definitely when you're down like this, you kind of tend to stay down against teams like this, but at least the side switch gives them an opportunity to play a little bit differently. However, Vitality are very strong on their attacks, as we know, very methodical, and the way they seem to know the angles and the ways to play for map control on this particular map, I'm definitely thinking Liquid might not make it through this. Sexy Cake going to be playing that Pulse again, something that we talked about. Zig, very effective on, so this should be interesting to see how well he's going to be playing on that. We did see him last time playing with Barbed Wire instead of C4, which was a bit of an odd choice. Zig, unfortunately, going to get tracked here by Spark.
We'll see. The unfortunate thing here for Liquid is that they've had a strong showing in map 2, but Vitality definitely have their number in our third map here on Bank. But we'll see how Sexy Cake runs this one here. Is this year 1? Is that a shotgun on a Pulse?
Well, he's definitely trying to play it for a close tunnel play here. Again, he brings the Barbed Wire instead of C4 as well, which is an odd choice because C4 is so effective, especially on this bomb site. Seems like a strange choice. Hatch going to get open, though. That's going to put some pressure on him and servers. So he's going to have to potentially rotate or just play it really aggressive.
There you go. Finally, we see the Buck being played. So it's good.
It's good.
Good to see the Buck.
Not the best bomb site for him to attack, but
unfortunately, but you do get the 2 frag grenades, so there's quite a bit to be done. You have to burn the ADSs first, though, from Bullet. But after that, it is a lot of damage that is possibly done here. Vitality moving in. They can just open up one hole here for the glass, just so they can watch through it. So from the servers, they'll have a long angle to go through. Though Sexy Cake is still in the back of the vault. He's getting information on his opponents. He can use the C4 whenever needed. He can relay it to Nesk. Usually it's the mirror that'll throw it first, and then it'll be the Pulse for
in this
second.
case, he's only got the Barbed Wire, so they're going to have to make sure that that mirror one counts.
I don't understand it. I really don't.
Yeah, it's a mystery. But either way, maybe that Barbed Wire will help.
And we'll see how we crack this one, Scoob. So Bibu still has one more Gajamot to throw into the back for the red hallway, and there we go. Oh no, it gets tagged up by the ADS. That was the last burn that they needed. Rafael will have to run in. Vitality with 18 seconds. What is that? An actual timed push. Nimera has all information against Bride, as the glass in the back doesn't really have a line of sight. Bride somehow getting the kill as they're using Bibu for bait. He gets the kill, but no, Nesk one more on to Bride. It's a 3v3. Bibu low on health. Spark watching the hatch from above. His Bullet comes in from the server. The Glass is watching in, so Zephyr just checking for the rotations. Bullet rotating in from the side. He might be able to push from the open area hatch, but Spark will get one more onto Nesk, because Bullet will refrag Bibu in the back as well. The open area. Sexy Cake, unfortunately, not the best position to have that shotgun in hand. He'll try to run in against his opponent on the Glass, and Zephyr will get the shot. Vitality on map at match point. 5-1.
looking very good to take this home there. That was a nice initial attack. It seemed like their setup that wasn't even prepared for that bomb site. That seemed like a setup more to attack potentially CEO upstairs or even a teller's push. But they certainly made it work. Got a little scrappy towards the end there, but overall, that was a good push from Vitality and a nice push in from Rafael, taking advantage of the smoke, just running through the toxic gas right into his own team's smoke to just hide and go for the plant there in the corner and actually making it work. So we're going for a short tactical timeout here from Liquid. They are one round potentially away from being done here.
Need it here.
Yeah, now's the time to use it.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll see Sensi putting his entire team really on Mark. It's a bit odd to see Liquid down in this fashion, but they have quite a bit of work to do. As this was something that really Vitality. This is exactly the same position that Vitality was in on Map 2 Oregon.
Yeah. Well, it was a situation where Vitality didn't come back from, and Liquid aren't looking like they're going to be able to either. As it's not like a 5-2, it's a 5-1. Yeah. This is looking really...
It's one less.
Yeah, it's one less. That's exactly... Good math. Well, we'll see how this goes, though. They're not looking like having fun. This is where it's the stress you see on their faces. We talked before about their Atlantic City win and how them having fun was an important part of it, just playing their game, doing their thing. The fact that I don't see fun on their faces here makes me think Vitality might close this up now.
Yep.
They're going to try lockers one more time. Sexy Cake, I would hope, going to switch off of that barbed wire and shotgun, but you never know. Could even 6-pick off the operator. Spark actually teasing the Jackal, but not actually sticking it.
I'll remind you that the tactical timeouts that are called by the players or by their coach is a 1-minute timeout, and both teams can talk in that time. So Vitality have been able to talk to one another.
How do we finish this now? So we can take a break for the rest of the day.
And this is the thing. They win now, they're playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
So Vitality just basically chill in the meantime, and they prepare against their opponents. They go back, they have their coaching staff, analysis, everything. They watch all the other games and make sure that they're ready for any potential opponent tomorrow, because you'll have to face against the winner of Norango versus Obey Alliance.
Well, looks like Vitality going to bring the same attacker lineup, and it's going to be the same bomb site. So, like I said, it doesn't necessarily seem like the best operator lineup for attacking this bomb site, but they're bringing double hard breachers this time. They're really going to give themselves some flexibility. And, I mean, it worked last round in terms of their attack working out, so we'll see, though. They're going to have to be a little bit smarter in terms of how they counter that push into the actual CCTV room, because the fact that they're able to just run in and plant in the smoke was definitely not the situation you want to be in. They don't have anything to see through smoke is the problem. The defenders aren't bringing a Maestro. They aren't bringing any bulletproof cameras as far as we can tell. They're not doing anything that's given them the ability to counter a smoke push. Not to mention one less C4 coming out of Pulse, because Pulse is the one who could potentially spot them in the room, which I'm gonna fault Sexy Cake for not catching that plant going down in terms of...
Does he have a C4 now?
Well, either way, he should have still been able to spot it, but yeah. I hope he has a C4. There we go.
Oh, but he's got an M1014.
Yeah, the shotgun was the least of the problems compared to the C4.
We could have only gotten one out of those two.
Yeah. The C4, though, that was the much more important one, especially against the smoke push.
All right, well, the Skylight hatch is going to be opened up. You see utilities are actually set up by the server room stairs, but there's nobody in here. And I think there was an ADS as well that was on the top of the stairs. So kind of wasted material, I guess.
Well, we'll see. They are going to be able to push that server stairs and take it fairly fast there. That was a good push. Sexy Cake, of course, going to spot them being in the room as he's working that whole gold vault, but doesn't do anything about it.
They're wasting no time in this.
No, they're just like, hey, let's take control, because they're not countering it. They don't have like someone playing behind those server stack or anything like that. They're going to be able to open up that wall for the glass angle to fight from there, which is exactly what you want to do when you're playing with the glass down there. Sparking up the hatches. Thermite did his job. They've got all the utility to win this now.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Because not a single hard breacher was taken out in this matchup, you're going to bring both of them.
Did you see them shoot the TVs as well to make sure that if there was any cameras stuck on those, they were going to fall off? Smart plays like that. Just quick way to take out any kind of a secret black eyes.
This is pretty impressive, actually, seeing Vitality usually being team stalls out for quite a bit.
So fast for them.
Now Vitality are trying to bait out here smokes, as of course Team Liquid with Sexy Cake has fallen back, so he's playing the gold vault, trying to bait out utility. C4 will be the first thing out, and it'll do some damage to Rafael. It's actually quite a bit of damage, but not really able to finish him off. The Mira window, though, will get taken down. I think that was the Mira herself that was setting up for that play. I am not too sure why. No, there's a mirror window in the back, I guess. As we did hear one Sexy Cake with the C4. Unfortunately, Bide has already come to the other side of the site. He's looking in for a potential peek from the red hallway as Bibu watching at the top of the hatch. Finally, they'll be able to drop, but Sexy Cake will go down to Bibu. Spark with one more as PSK turns it into a 4v2, but Bullets on the 4 is technically a 4v1. Vitality have a lot of manpower here to play against the smoke of Team Liquid as Spark will get the finisher on Bullet. Shotgun in hand, Bibu gets the last one, and there we go. Vitality, they get game number 1 here in the victory in Group A, and they are so ecstatic. The local team getting the first game on the board. This is definitely a LAN team, and they beat the Pro League Season 7 champions of Team Liquid. Vitality really, really looking good here.